Hi, Sherwin here, back with a leveling guide for Elementalists from 0 to 42. This guide has been the most requested during the whole of CPT-1. It's a basic guide that I have used several times to go from 0 to 42 in both Korea and Europe. From the start, I just want you to follow the quest line. Do all the quests the game asks you to do. Do all the green quests, all the yellow quests, and all the purple quests. The skills you choose is not very important at this moment, but in general you can use the Frost Hammer or the Ice Shatter ability to do a lot of damage, but most monsters will die to any ability you use. You'll be given green and blue gear during the quest line, so don't worry too much about the gearing process. Just fill in the runes and select the very basic talents. On the left side I displayed the most effective early game rune traits you can use while leveling. It does not matter which color you start out with, as all colors have something to offer early game, and the runes can be used later to upgrade the other runes. Once you hit level 32-33, you'll be completing the green storyline that will be giving you the blue skill of the Frost Bash. This will be your bread and butter for the leveling spec we'll be using until level 42. The Frost Bash blue skill costs 36 points to use. I have 60 available to me, so here I combine it with the Ice Shatter mechanic, as the Frost Bash will provide perma-freeze on the last hits. Whenever you pull a large pack of monsters, you want to be using the Icy Prison to protect yourself. You don't need to put any skill point in this, but it's very crucial you put it down on the ground while you're farming so all the mobs get frozen and cannot attack you. Other than that, just run between the monsters and hold down right mouse button or stand on top of them and you'll be dealing maximum amount of damage. So here's a little trick with the frostbite skill. Instead of shooting it in a circle, you can go top down, and once the frostbites shoot around you, they'll all explode in proximity of your character. At 33, you'll be hitting the main city. It will ask you to do a quest where you need to upgrade your equipment. If you get a blue weapon from the 28 dungeon, I would suggest upgrading that blue weapon to +4 if possible. Don't worry too much about upgrading the armor for now, but do upgrade your runestones. Having the most available talent points is very important for this build, as you need 102 skill points available to you at the end. You in general want to be focused on leveling up your yellow runes, as those are the most important ones for the early game, and the first spike you want to be hitting is 33 in yellow. But if you can at least hit +12 in yellow, you'll be set to go with all the extra talents until you hit your targets. Now, when you're done upgrading your runes and your gear, go back to the main storyline and complete all the quests. This should take you to level 36. If you do not hit level 36 within the quest, grind mobs until you do. When you reach 36, make sure you have 66 skill points, that's 66 skill points, and then head back to the main town. Here you go to this skill point vendor and pick up the Fiery Explosion blue skill. It will cost you 10,000 gold and is available once you hit 36. Learn the skill and then go into your skill points and then remove the Ice Shatter and all other abilities that you have and select the Frost Bash blue and the Fiery Explosion blue. If you have extra skill points, just put them into whatever you like. You'll only be needing these two skills for the next little while until you reach 102 skill points and can get the next Frost skill. The skill is very easy to use. Just get up the mobs, start out with your Ice Prison and then open with your Fiery Explosion. It will create a big flame wall that spread out to the side and knock any mobs down to the ground. Finish the remaining mobs by using the right mouse button to use your Frost Bash until they're all dead. Now at this point you ran out of quests and the only way to level up is by grinding mobs. I suggest you find a large patch of mobs or grinding guards for a little while. From 36 to 38.5 before you start picking up the quest line again, as you receive few new quests every time you level up. On the screen I made a little showcase of how easy it is to level by grinding guards with this spec. I started at 75% into 36 and I used around 7 minutes and 21 seconds to go from 75% in to 37. That means you can level the whole level from 36 to 37 in less than 29 minutes. All by killing guards. There's a ton of guard spots in the different RBR zones. This is the 35 to 36, but there's also a 38 to 39 and 42 to 44 zone that you can grind guards in to start with. Later on, they'll add the newer zones with higher level of mobs. You will find the guards that you need to grind closer to the opponent's base, so walk over there and start killing them. Keep leveling up your gear, keep leveling up your runes, and once you hit 102 skill points in the rune system, go buy the first tail from the skill point vendor. It costs 10,000 gold just like the other one, and it will give you another ability to use while you're using your first bash. This is an automated ability that will basically just shoot 5 icicles through your target every time you hit with 5 first bash abilities. And since you're standing in melee with the first bash, that will be on every right mouse button hit. It will increase the grinding speed a bit and can be used all the way up until you start getting purple skills. So from now on, there's nothing else to do than just grind, grind, and then grind some more. I know if you're using these talent points and these skills and grinding with intensity, you should be able to go from 0 to 42 within 10 to 12 hours. I've done this on Korea server and it wasn't even that hard once you actually just get into the rhythm. So before I end this video, I just wanted to give a sneak peek of how the purple frost bash skill looks like together with the mana awakening tree skill where they have returning projectiles. So you can see here the grinding speed intensifies extremely once you get this combination, and it's basically the end game you will see of all the Koreans as well. So I hope you liked the video and found it informative, and if you did so, please consider subscribing. I'll be releasing a lot more Elyon videos in CBT2 and in the European release. So until then, have a good one.